Nabla just came out with their Beyond Jelly lipsticks. This is their new lipstick range that is supposed to be kind of sheer, shiny, very supple, hydrating. And I got 3 of the shades and I'm gonna try them out today and let you know what I think. So let's get into it. So Nabla is definitely a brand I love to review on my channel. I think it's a really interesting indie brand and they just do a lot of like fun stuff, and I always like to be in the know, kind of see what they're doing. And they came out with like a matte pleasure lipstick line a few months ago, I believe like 4 months ago, and now they've also come out with these Beyond Jelly shiny lipsticks. And I have to be honest, a sheer shiny lipstick, it is basically my favorite type of formula. I cannot get enough of those, and that's why I was like, okay, I need to try these. So let's just jump in. Let's first take a look at how they look like, what the packaging is like. So for these lipsticks we have a black kind of carton box with a kind of like, it almost looks like fabric what they put on the box. Like the pattern is kind of like this soft see-through fabric. I think it looks really cool. All of the boxes have the shade name and the actual color on the top, so then it's easy to see which one you're grabbing. The actual component is kind of black, but there's still a see-through quality to it that is really interesting. They made it look kind of cool and vampy. I really like what they did with the packaging. It is still this luxurious vibe that the matte pleasure also had, but in a way I think this is a little bit more cool, a little bit more edgy. It's just a little bit different, which I enjoy. I like these more than the matte pleasure ones. They are very similar, but they are a little bit more like sleek and a little bit more thin, like a little bit higher. So they are like similar but not the same. Then these actual lipsticks, they have kind of like a slim shape in the bullet, and then on the top of the lipstick there is an N imprinted on it, the N from Nabla of course. And they have 10 shades of these lipsticks. As I told you, have 3. These lipsticks are 22 euros I believe each, but right now they're a little bit more affordable because they always do this kind of 20% off launch sale, like launch deal. So now they're about 18 euros. And I do think Nabla is going towards luxury makeup a little bit more. They are going into the more luxury realm. Of course, it's far from like a 30-40 euro lipstick, but it's still a little bit more on the like expensive side, more expensive than we're used to from Nabla. Like their older products were more towards, not drugstore, but more towards this mid-range, like drugstore to mid-range price range. So they're kind of changing it up, but I am happy to see this added to their line. I think it is a really good choice, and I just loved all the promo shots they had of these. It looked so amazing on the lips, and these are just my initial thoughts, just seeing them, just reading the things they had to say about them. They're supposed to be very hydrating, make your lips look very full, very supple. It is supposed to be kind of like a medium coverage, I believe, which I think is gonna be really interesting. Yeah, so those are my initial thoughts. Let's get into the application of the shades that I got. Alright, so my lips are a little bit dry, so these are really gonna be a test to see how hydrating and supple these are. So the first shade that I got is a cool tone nude shade. This is the shade Luxe, and it's kind of almost a little bit of a lilac-y shade, like very mauvey, very cool toned. I'm very curious to see what this will look like on the lips. This is the lightest shade that I got, so we're gonna start with this one. By the way, these have a little bit of a almost nutty scent, not very strong. It's a bit hard to pinpoint. Like if you are sensitive to scents, then I think you should be fine with these. Alright, very interesting. It is looking different than I was expecting. By the way, the N is already gone. It is definitely a very soft lipstick, but it doesn't feel as soft as some like lip gloss in a bullet kind of formulas that I've tried, like the Makeup by Mario ones, for example. It feels very soft, it feels very hydrating, it feels very creamy for sure. It is just a little bit more, almost a little bit more pigmented than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was gonna have more of this see-through, very glossy effect, and it is like very glowy and it has a gloss to it, but I feel like it doesn't really have the see-throughness, like the see-through effect that I was expecting from this. I was expecting kind of like, yeah, almost more like a gloss effect on the lips, and this seems to be kind of like a creamy lipstick with a shine, which I'm not mad at, and I love the feel on the lips. It feels a little bit thicker and it just looks a little bit more like a lipstick than I thought. I do really like how this one looks. I really like the shade of this one. I'm really happy with that. And the good thing about this is I feel like it isn't gonna go everywhere. It feels like it's gonna stay kind of like stuck to the lips, like the part where you put it. Sometimes with these gloss in a stick kind of formulas, it just feels like it's gonna go everywhere. I feel like these are gonna be pretty long wearing actually. Like just the way they feel on the lips. Okay, I'm gonna try the next shade. Alright, so the next shade that I got is the shade Ardor. So this is kind of like a milk chocolate shade. I'm really curious to see how dark this actually is gonna be, because I felt like on the lip swatches it didn't look as dark, but now actually feeling the formula on the lips and kind of seeing what it looks like, I feel like this might be deeper than I was expecting, and I was kind of hoping for this very soft type of cool tone brown, but it looks a little bit scary in the tube for sure. Okay, let's just apply this one. Alright, this is definitely deeper than I was expecting. By the way, I really feel like you have to be a little bit careful with these lipsticks. I feel like if you roll them up too high, you put a little bit too much pressure on them, that's not gonna go well. That's my feeling. Okay, I do like this shade, but it's definitely different to me. I feel like this looks different than the lip swatch. It is definitely brown, it's definitely deeper. It is an interesting shade though. I feel like this one for me would be a little bit more of a mix-in shade, but that view on this shade could also be changed by the lip liner I'm wearing with it. Right now I'm not trying these with a lip liner because that can really change how the color appears, definitely with a sheer shiny lipstick. So far what I really feel like is they're really nice and comfortable, they're really shiny, but they are definitely not as sheer as they look on the promo photos. So that is something to keep in mind. I feel like the longer I'm wearing this, the more I like it. It's an interesting shade. I think also I feel like I would like this one better with a bit more of cool toned or more rosy makeup. Personally, very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, I really like the formula. I'm just a little bit thrown off. It's just a little bit different than I was thinking, just a little bit. All right, and then we're moving on to the last shade, which is the shade Libido. Very interesting name for sure. This is supposed to be a soft red, and I love soft red lipsticks, but in the bullet it looks kind of like a dark red. So we're gonna see how this is gonna look on my lips. Alright, this is a very thin layer. I feel like if I do a thin layer, it's gonna look less deep, of course, but it's also not gonna be as shiny. Okay, we're gonna do another layer. Alright, so that is a soft red shade. I would say it is a soft red. I would agree with it. But at the same time, it's not really what I was expecting from the promo shots. Once again, it's different than I was expecting. Like, it's nice, it's beautiful, it's shiny, it feels good on the lips. I like it. But like in the promo shots, they made them look so magical. I feel like they almost made it look too magical. Like it couldn't really live up to that. And now I'm kind of like coming to terms with what this looks like in real life. Alright, I kind of want to add a little bit of a lip liner to see what that does to this shade and what it does to the formula. I'm gonna grab the shade Goal Getter from the NYX Align Loud lip pencils. Alright, I definitely like it a lot more with the lip pencil. I do like this lip look. I do think it looks really good. I do think it looks nice. I do like this combination. Alright, let's zoom out again and just talk about my first impression a little bit. Alright, I've had all 3 shades on my lips and I have some thoughts. I really like this formula so far. I'm gonna do a little bit of a wear test, but I'm gonna do it off camera. I'm gonna put it in a pinned comment because I want to get this video up today. It's already late in the day. If I'm gonna wait, then it's gonna be a very, very late video. I probably won't get it up today. So I'm gonna sacrifice that little part of the video to get it up early, but I will put it in a comment. I really like this formula. I think it feels very hydrating. It feels very nice. It feels beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's very shiny. I just feel like I do have to play a bit with this formula just to see how I can kind of like combine these shades, how I can kind of manipulate these shades, and to see if I can kind of get in some way the look that they had in the promo shots, because I do feel like it's a bit different. In the promo shots, it just looked so see-through, so glossy, like a gloss in a stick. And on my lips right now, it more so feels like a more full coverage creamy lipstick with a shine. They are shiny, but it just feels a little bit more full coverage than what I feel they showed in the promo shots. And that's kind of like the takeaway for this video for now. I really like these, but I'm just a little bit surprised. I'm just gonna try them out a little bit more. I feel like putting down the nude shade, like the shade called Luxe first, and then maybe using a little bit of the brown or a little bit of the red in the center. I think that could be a really cool lip look, but I also just want to try it out with different lip liners because that can also really change how it looks. But yeah, that's gonna be everything for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and let me know which of these shades you like the most. Are you picking any of them up? And then I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.